Hey guys and gals, just a quick message to let you know that in consultation with many of you, starting March 1st, I'll be opening a new $4 tier on my Patreon. On that tier, once a month, you'll be able to, for the first time ever, vote in once or twice a month anime for me to cover on this channel. You can either vote in one anime up to 26 episodes split into 2 videos like normal, or 2 anime up to 13 episodes each, naturally over 2 videos as well. So check it out if you want to, link in the description, and let's win some anime! Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. Genuinely creepy. Not even lying or joking around. That's actually freaky. Also guys and gals, I wanted to once again profusely thank you all for your massive increase in the comments on part 5. It propelled it to the #1 position, reaching 30,000 views in record time, and as much as I hate the old YouTubers who would say, let's get 50 million likes in 18 minutes, I do kind of want to see what you guys and gals can achieve, so no silly goal, but yeah, please hit the like button and leave a comment. It obviously works insanely well. One last quick favour too, I released Attack on Titan Season 4 and hoped you'd all continue the trend with comments, but that was noticeably not the case. It would mean the world to me if you could increase your comments maybe on all my new videos, but obviously that's down to you all. Oh, it's this guy, and I've never been more pleasantly surprised, so take that win. So firstly, this is a nice twist, but secondly, this nicely feeds into what I've been saying over the past couple parts now about how widely ranging magic can be. It's far from simplistic, and I adore that. Oh!
G は感動していますぞ、リル坊ちゃま。
ルカ、素早いGさん出てきた。
あなたはリルお坊ちゃまのお友達アスタ様ですね。
For some unknown reason, this guy reminds me of someone from Hunter x Hunter, not sure who right now, and also the villain from the second half of Season 4 of My Hero Academia, and those fond memories definitely equal a win. Also, ladies and gents, be sure to let me know if when Black Clover is finished, you'd like me to cover Hunter x Hunter. It was most requested recently on a post I did on the community tab, so let me know.
これはアスタさん。高貴すぎて味がわからん。バカ。
That super casual bucker made me laugh harder than it probably should have.
バカ。
行くぞ。植物強化魔法マジックポーレン。
There is some unexpectedly nice looking CGI effects going on in this scene right here. So I'm really surprised to be blessed with a backstory for a captain. Like, that's never happened before, outside of the obvious for Yami and the lovely lady from part 5, but it's still been a pleasure to see that for a change. But also, it's been a joy to witness the mangaka weave a story of woe into this in relation to magic. We've seen the general population going through tough times, but this is, again, aside from the lovely lady captain, the first time we've been shown a noble going through such a difficult time when attempting to gain control over their magic. Actually, thinking about it, we've been given loads of background on different captains, but I still love to see it time and again. Genuinely got me a little bit, that whole scene. Okay, anyway, that was really good. It went down slightly different from how I thought it would as well, with Walter issuing out a well-deserved slap to the lad, but then seeing him all torn up by his magic hit me hard, especially when you realise that is how he got the scar he carries with him to this day. So he's a good man, a kind butler, and the lad means the world to him, and I just love stuff like that.
ごめんね、リル。いってらっしゃい。
Oh, why you gotta do me like that, you bunch of sweethearts, you? I love that music. If you know what it is, let me know it. It's one of those ones that just gets me damn emotional every time. Also, though, take a win here for his magical abilities essentially being like that of Crollo's from Hunter x Hunter. That's so cool.
リーダーは私だ。くれぐれも勝手な行動はするなよ。
そんな固いこと言わずに楽しもう。
やかましい。
Gambate! Guy I originally hated and you made me ultimately love. I cannot recall the last time I did this, maybe ever, but I'm giving this OP 2 big fat wins. The reason being is that the song is exceptional. Not just catchy like usual, but a real headbanger. Very enjoyable to listen to. Now that, and some visuals, would equal 1 win, as per the norm, but the second win is achieved via the beautiful visuals and fluid animation during the second half of the OP. Just so much effort put into it, I cannot not reward it. My waifu and not yours being in the anime will, as always, never not equal a win so long as I'm the husbando making this series. Lux showing some awesome character growth and magic growth as he uses an ability purely focused on protecting someone else, whereas during part 2 for example, he was very strong but all his magic was geared purely on enhancing his attack. So it's wonderful to see that growth in action here. Even though it's what I basically just said myself, take a win here for having Magna also inform us the viewer of the fact that everyone in the group has improved across the board as the timeline has moved along. I love when my expectations get blown out of the water. Who else among us watching this for the first time predicted this wind guy being fairly strong and giving them a run for their money? I certainly did, because that's how they built him up, and that's what anime do. But not Black Clover. They built him up and Lux smashed him down. Plot twist! My boy Gordon wanted a high five and got left hanging. I love him!
Well,
if you wanted us to hate him even more, then mission successful. As a side note, it's interesting to note that seemingly his level of bullying is worse than the others, since it's done for his own amusement, whereas everyone else seems to genuinely hate her because of the loss of their mother, at least the older siblings anyway. For the start of this battle, which means so much to Noelle and also me! Ugh, I loved little comments like that from him. Just really reminds me of who he is and the respect he holds for Asta, just mostly to his chest a lot of the time. My word, I truly love Black Clover for delving into random characters' backgrounds like this. I think the only other anime I've seen also do it is Hunter x Hunter, to a spectacular fashion as well. But yeah, I love that. Just shows so much dedication to the characters you're introducing. I adore how they don't just make his background something trivial either. Instead, it's a very much warranted inferiority complex brought on by his savior and hero treating someone brand new to the group with so much more attention. In short, the mangaka could have made it short and sweet and simple, but instead made it realistic. Yet another genuinely unique form of magic attack! Oh my god, now they're doing the same thing with this guy as well? And he seems like a genuinely cool dude after internally calling out the douchebag that is her brother. Impressively not actually CGI. I've mentioned cool stances a few times. In part 4 with Asta taking on Veto with Vanessa's strings propping him up, and then in part 5 when Asta fought that dude from the Diamond Kingdom in his dark form, and now again in part 6 with this right here. She looks outstandingly cool. Absolutely freaking brilliant! Both attacks were insane, but Noelle's takes the lead for me by propelling her character's confidence fully, now finally proving to her family her own worth and strength. It's also awesome to see how she went from a single attack which always missed to an impressive defensive bubble, gaining the ability to fly with her magic, and now various attack spells too. I'm really sensing the theme so far with Black Clover's OPs and EDs. The OP is focused on making us hyped for the coming battle, while the ED seems designed to have us melt into the sofa with a lovely relaxing tune and beautiful calming looking visuals. A great ED that one, truly. Even though she does throw the royalty line at him, it's still really nice to see her accepting a compliment and giving thanks to someone else for something they did for her.
さて、王族さんのお相手だ。今回もチームプレーで頑張ろうぜ。
I'd be a huge liar wrapped up in a coat of warm lies if I was to say that I wasn't hyped for the continuation of this tournament arc, and now it's getting more intense as the teams fight the other winners.
脳みそはパンパンに詰まっとるわ。そうですわ。アスタさんが小さいのは背丈だけです。そうだ。っておい。
Genuinely got me again. No word of a lie, Soul is also stupidly good in this alongside Vanessa. Not even joking, just saying. Oh, that was so freaking awesome! Get out of here with that! What are you doing?
Sakura? いや、それよりも仕掛けていた罠が。かき消されていく！
His power is seriously so damn cool, dude! Before, only being able to cancel out magic if he hit it with his sword, and now being able to do it on such a grand scale such as this is amazing!
俺たちは白夜の魔眼を倒すロイヤルナイツに選ばれるために戦ってんだろ。俺だって誰だって一人じゃあいつらとは戦えねえ。
Asta really and truly does just have a way with people, in the exact same way that Midoriya does in My Hero Academia and Gon does in Hunter x Hunter. Just really well-rounded and well-written characters.
そうら。 やっぱりすごいぞ魔法騎士団は。ただそんな魔法騎士でも一人きりでは戦えない。
Emergency backstory for this guy as well! Hype! This brief and useful explanation of how the cool-looking dude's magic works.
桜魔法ナユタ美人オーブ。
That was an unexpectedly awesome-looking scene right there. I mean, look at that!
やっぱ強え。
As is tradition in these videos, not running on the spot.
俺たちよりハイスペックな魔法感知ばっか当てにしてっから、ロースペックな俺たちが汗かいて掘ったこんなただの罠なんかに引っかかっちまうんだよ。
Oh my god, that is so clever! They literally actually dug a hole as quick as they could.
ミモザの兄ちゃんには悪いけどちょっと気絶してもらうぜ。やるな、汚れしてもらおう。
That was brilliant, and I don't know why, but the falling scene of Asta looked especially nice right there.
やっとチームらしくなったな。
利用しただけだっつうの。
I feel like he's starting to like Asta!
アスタさんたち。さて、あのメガン機どこまでやれるかな。
Nice way of demonstrating that she's riding her Earth Golem right there.
っていうか気持ち悪いんだよ、クソナルシストバカ。自慢の美顔が大変だよ。
Also nice touch here, leaving Asta's largest and heaviest sword on him, since we know even the Wizard King struggled holding it, and otherwise it would be a potential plot hole that he could wake up during the battle.
何するかわかんねえから、入り口の近くに魔法陣をセットする。
そうやってセットしてたのか。かっけえな。
Not only do they do what I just mentioned, but then they even go one step further, stopping help from coming to him by setting another trap. That's well thought out goodness where I come from.
いらっしゃいませ、マグナ先輩。死ぬ。よし。
They keep making these scenes look great!
今の俺なら完璧に捉えられる。もらいましたよ、マグナ先輩。俺 俺の新魔法極殺消滅魔球は消える魔球。
Not only growing Magna and his magic, but also introducing a new type of magic that can go invisible and is as such much more difficult for Asta, who cannot sense magic, to defeat. The manga could be always coming up with new ways in which to make Asta not be so OP, and then slowly having him catch up as the story continues.
やっと起きたかナルシスト。
貴様、この私の美しい顔になんてことをする。
Well, plot twist, I guess?
本当に美しいのは姉さんみたいな人のことを言うんだ。
Providing quite an excellent backstory for Soul that genuinely makes sense as to why she is the way that she is. All of the so-called brave lads in her town decided to up and run away when they were in trouble. Also, I'll just say it again, hats off to them for giving us so many backstories. They've packed this arc with them.
やっぱやってくれるな、アスタ君。もうほとんど通さねえじゃねえか、ボケ。このままじゃクリスタルがやべえな。マグナ先輩すげえ。
Even though these two are having a huge back and forth battle, there's so much respect between them. Not much to say here, just overall a great battle, nice twist bringing the royal back into it, Soul's backstory, and Asta and the cool dude working together to take down both him and Magna.
やばい、クリスタルが。
間に合いましたわ。
Oh, that was way too close!
結局こいつの思惑通りか。まあいい。
High five him already, bruh!
確かに無様な負けようでしたけれども、下民の力を認めて汚れながらも戦い抜いた今のお兄様の姿。
認めたくはなかったが、確かに美しかった。
Beautiful ending to that story right there. Even got me a little choked up. Silly damn character growth.
大丈夫。一緒に戦ってきたからわかるの。アスタと出会ってあなたは変わった。私も同じよ。これまで心の奥にしまってた目をそらしてたものに向き合えた。ビシッと決めてきなさい。髪型と同じようにね。
バネッツァさん。
Vanessa and her kind, encouraging words to Finral right here.
フィンラル先輩、ファイトっす。
マグナみたいに負けないで僕とやろうよ。
俺みたいに負けないで。だと
俺も決まってるぜ。今回のやつはマジでやべえ。てか小僧、髪補充しとけっつっただろうが。
クリスタルには指一本触れさせません。
おお、いよいよっすね。
こっちまで緊張してきたわ。フィンラル、あなたならきっと勝てる。あなたはね、私の子供じゃないの。だからね、私が愛しているのはこのランギルスちゃんだけなのよ。
Oh my word! What a... Well, it starts with B and I want ad revenue, but you can fill in the blanks. Damn, man!
まだ数回しか会ってないけどわかるわ。あなたはとても優しい人。フィンラルさんの方が私にとっては素敵な魔導士よ。
Then they go and give us this painful scene as Finral kind of falls in love with the woman who is oddly to become his little brother's wife. A beautiful, honest and kind woman.
言ったはずだよ。体ごと持ってかれても知らないって。一撃で終わらせてやる。何
Go on, Finral, you get him, you legend!
なんのこれ式の睡魔など気を抜けば死ぬ姉上の修行に比べれば。
I really enjoy him and his whole family. They're just good, solid people, hard-working, striving to improve one another in this difficult world.
ホーミングボールには効かないぜ。消えた。あんなに特訓したって言うのに結局攻撃魔法を覚えられないんだから。
Just when I thought Finral might just be the one exception to the rule of characters growing stronger and learning new magic spells, they come and give us this tasty little delight and is low in calories. I have no idea why I wrote that at the end.
引っ込んじまったじゃねえか。殺していい。
Oh, go on then.
兄さんが僕に勝てることなんて。
Genuinely awesome plot twist and art style change!
けどこれはこのおぞましい魔力はまるでお前は一体
An even better emergency plot twist!
兄貴ずらせるな俺がお前を止める
You know what? Take an extremely rare 2 wins award right there, not only for the plot twist I didn't see coming a mile off, but also for that amazingly good looking and unexpected animation right there.
おい、もう勝負はついたのに。
消えろ。それ以上手出してみやがれ。
試合なんて関係なし。やるよ。
Oh, take 2 wins! That was bloody amazing! I can't say much else other than their extremely swift actions and deadly serious expressions while defending their friend, and the animation during that scene hyped me up so much that my muscles are twitching while I'm writing this. Take a win for the end as well. It's one of those where I really enjoyed watching it and it made me laugh, especially with the nod to Dragon Ball Z as well.
よし、やっと G チームの勝利。
Getting to see the other side of the battle raging at the same time. Just sadly they lost by a mere second.
仲間？あんな役にも立たないやつ、魔法騎士団の恥ですよ。てめえ！
やっぱりやっちゃおう。
お前なんかいくら強くたって魔法騎士じゃねえ。魔法騎士じゃない。
This right here is one of those rare moments where I'm like genuinely angry. I can feel it in my chest and the whole atmosphere of the past few episodes has now departed. And it once again feels like the anime has risen up yet another level in my estimations, becoming something even greater than it previously was.
お前な！
けどいいぜ。今のところあいつの方が全然ダメだ。
Even though we felt the need to curse, which I'll cut out, take that win for the team coming together, including the cool masked dude to take down Langris.
フィンラル先輩のためにも俺が勝つからだ。バカなこと。アスタ！諦めるな。絶対にアスタ。こんなものもう試合じゃない。
Really goes to show just how far along Asta has come in terms of how everyone views him in such high regards, no matter which group they're from.
ただブラック状態になるには集中して気を巡らせねえと。この状況じゃどうあがいてもだから。
Oh heck yes! Asta is saving his dark form for later on while relying on Zerx! This whole segment was heartbreaking as we learned what happened to Zerx and his father, who worked harder than anyone else and in spite of being a peasant finally managed to convince those in power that they had to take him on as a magic knight, becoming the first peasant to become one. It really highlighted the evil power dynamic that exists in the country as well when one of their own stabbed him in the back during a battle. Absolutely awful. So this guy just rose like a damn phoenix in my estimations and on my Lycometer, I swear, because now we finally understand that he's basically a vigilante hero, taking out the trash in honour of his father, and I like him so much more right now. Also, sorry for calling him Zerx, since that's the stolen name, but it was better than my long nickname for him at the time. So basically, as you all know, this entire episode is one massive petite Clover focusing on Charmy. There's not a great deal to say, it certainly had its moments, and whilst it doesn't contain the usual large amount of wins, I'll of course drop a win for it overall, as it did have several pretty funny moments. A big one was how they changed the intro. That was really good.
体に魔法陣！なんじゃあれは！体に魔法陣を書いておくなんて
しょうもねえ怒りの化身だ。
受け取れ偽魔法騎士
！Annoyingly, his little brother is truly legit. He's incredibly powerful, and that was incredibly cool, annoyingly.
お前らごときが何をやったところで無駄なんだよ！
Dark Asta enters the fray!
俺を直すんじゃねえ、王族。
お断りしますわ。
なんだ
Those visuals!
俺たちは特別なすげえ奴らと一緒にみんなを守るために競い合い高め合うために戦うために強くなってここまで来たんだ
Asta really does have an incredible way with words, no matter who it is that he's speaking to. In this way, he is, as always, really close to several other anime heroes I've mentioned in the past few parts, and I love him for it.
焼き付けてやる魔力が出ない
Here we go again, boys and gals, let's do this! I'm sorry, I'm just a huge fan of that art style change, ladies and gents. In fact, judging from Part 5's comments, a great many of you seem to have grown in appreciation for the change in art style when Dark Asta was first demonstrated. At first, it seems like it was disliked by a lot of people, but maybe the things I pointed out changed a lot of minds, and that makes me really happy.
てめえ今の試合何してやがった？空間貴族にビビってただ指くわえて見てたのか？いい身分だな。大した実力もねえただのカッコつけ野郎が。てめえみてえなのが一番しょうもねえんだよ。てめえはどいつもこいつも信用しすぎなんだよ。みんながみんないいやつじゃねえしすげえやつじゃねえんだ。いつか痛い目見んぞ。
In his own way, he really seems to want to try and teach those who have lost a lesson. Like, he tells them what they did wrong, how they can improve, and adds in an insult for good measure. But clearly part of him does care, and it shows.
生かしたマスク野郎。てめえはもっと仲間を信じるべきだった。
Oh, that music and his own message to himself. You guys and gals really know how to make a scene super emotional for me. Man. Take one more here.
応急処置はできたが、やはり傷が深すぎる。城の医療棟へ連れて行こう。
Making Finral's situation more dire than expected, since in pretty much every single anime that comes to mind, it would have been the case that he'd have been easily healed right here, but instead it's still genuinely touch and go. That's like some Hunter x Hunter dizzle right there!
誰にも止められない。敵の攻撃の威力を高めて返せ。
Goodness me! They are really working hard on animation during this episode. Who knows, maybe it was for the best that they had a week off with episode 82, and perhaps that aided animation during this episode, because that looked amazing from start to finish.
次は準決勝第2試合。とうとう最後の試合だね。
End of episode related hype for a potential Asta vs Yuno match, which we haven't had in forever!
全員ぶちのめす。おがくずのように粉々にしてくれるわ。顔が赤いぞ。やっと燃えてきたか。
Is it just me, or does this mushroom not really remind a lot of you of, like, Chotaro? Oh, I guess because Asta's ended in a draw, we won't get the match I previously mentioned between him and Yuno, but all the same, I'm hyped for this final battle. Hopefully Yuno wins, but it wouldn't surprise me if he loses, given the young lad's insane power. Is it just me, or can you guys and gals also tell when they've had a little bit more time to produce an episode? This just looks that little bit smoother than usual. It looks great. It's small, but it's noticeable. Insane to think he used to have to go around on a broom and now he's literally flying around like Goku. Same goes for Asta, although his is even better since he couldn't even use a broom before.
敵チームのクリスタルは目の前だ。
やるぞ。
立ちはだかる金の国。
Originally I was going to tack these scenes onto win number 917, but honestly they deserve their own win for being in the same discussion as before in terms of how much smoother the animation looks right here to normal. See what I mean?
そっちは任せたわよ。お。
It's brilliant seeing firsthand exactly what his magic does. It's like it takes it in and changes it, like altering a painting. Such an interesting take on his magic ability. Take yet another very rare 2 wins here. As a big fan of that art style change, obviously it goes without saying that I enjoyed that to an insanely high degree. It also perfectly showcased the difference between other magic users and the level these two are on. There are true levels to this game. Oh, this just reminded me of another example of this animation style that I really got into, and that's in Ping Pong the Animation, which, by the way, I sinned exclusively for my patrons. But yeah, if you've seen that anime, a lot of people disliked the style, but a lot of others like me really loved it, and this was just like that. Are you kidding me with that right now? The only thing that looks as cool as this is Yami when he does some of his attacks and Asta in his dark form. That looks so cool!
Yuno の相手は俺じゃないんだ。勝つ。2人で描こう最高の1枚を。
Outstanding. What more can be said for that? I really didn't think I'd be issuing out yet another 2 wins again so soon, but for that high level of animation, the intensity of the scene, the music, and getting to see Yuno go all out for the first time, it deserves it. Plus, it was unexpected. I really thought Yuno would lose for the sake of the story, so they got me again. Freaking loved that, bruh.
坊ちゃま、涙をお拭きください。
え、そうなの？僕の勝ち？
圧勝です。しかしこの悔しさをバネに新たなる最高の1枚を目指しましょう。
What a nice butler he is, and jokes aside, he's a real nice guy.
はい、魔法帝のもう一つの狙い、白夜の魔眼に利用されている可能性のある魔法騎士のあぶり出しにも成功しました。
Massive twist to have yet another member of the Magic Knights being influenced or perhaps outright having betrayed their country. Although I doubt that's the case with him, unlike the captain who had turned against them during like part 3.
Yuno! 必ず追いつく。追いつかれる気はないけどな。
おい、Yuno!
Yeah, Yuno was well aware that even though Asta was depressed in that moment, that he definitely wouldn't be giving up his goal, hence that coy little smile of his. Even though I don't know what will end up happening with Zora, that ending was beyond fantastic. The Wizard King continues to be one of my favourite characters for his kind and honest, warm words, and Zora's character was brought into the light a little as we learn that he is actually a Magic Knight himself. Needless to say, I cannot wait to see more of his character in the future.
やらなくてもわかるわよ。
信じまうわ。
魔法がダメならレンガで殴りかかるのはどうかな。
ダメダメ。
Luck wanting to throw bricks at and out of it Asta is equally hilarious and concerning. Always nice to see the team back together in their much needed downtime, working together to try and cheer up Asta and being themselves again. Still always one of my favourite moments between arcs. Big shout out especially to Noelle for actively trying to help Asta throughout the whole scene, like stopping Luck from trying to fight him and such.
せっかくの豊作でも奴らが来ましてな。
奴ら？
盗賊団です。
Can't help but point out how cool Yami is, both in the past and in the present. He really is the All Might of this anime for me.
どうするもこうするも全員倒すまでよ。
Rotating shot.
なんだてめえ
Plot twist related Jotaro! I get the feeling that it's very difficult when it comes to animating Yami and his fighting style with his sword in Black Clover, so massive credit to them when they do it like this, where he's in full view and they don't like just focus on his upper half swinging a sword. Proper gorgeous looking scenery shot of the village.
お前は俺のライバルだな。
まずは魔法騎士団の団長になってみせるよ。君よりも早くね。
ほざけ、負けねえぞ。
So essentially, these two are the Asta and Yuno of the past, even in their temperaments. Never noticed that before, and now I cannot stop seeing it.
ウィリアム・バンジャンス。
ジャンジャンス
バンジャンスだ。
バンジャンスザンス
ザンスはいらない。
チャウチャウス
How can I not drop a final win for the episode for that?
君たち二人に頼みたい仕事があるんだ。
Not gonna lie, very much enjoying the continuation of their story rather than having it be a one and done kind of deal, and it'll be fun to see them fighting together and such.
ただの盗賊団とは思えなくてね。妙に統率が取れていたり、古の魔道具を持っていたり。
Oh heck yeah, the reintroduction of magical items, something we've not seen mentioned now for quite some time.
数年前あ あの時の
Yami is so incredibly chilled and like half-asses things so much that he reacts like this when he finally recognizes the guy. Take a win here for this fat piece of magical equipment as well. I really hope one day they give us some juicy and tasty lore about why there are magical artifacts around the world, especially in dungeons. Like maybe not everyone could originally use magic or something. That would be cool.
そんな簡単に諦めるかまだだまだまだ限界がなんだ限界なぞ超えてやる今ここで
Oh, and now who does that remind you of after win number 939? Also, it was the birth of his surpass your limit saying. That was very cool!
はぐれ者や暴れん坊を集めて居場所を作ってやりたい旦那が俺にしてくれたようになよし黒の防御団だ
黒の防御団
文字通りこの世界に金色に輝く夜明けをもたらすそのための団にします
The culmination of the story which ultimately brought about the Great Misfits gang, also known as the Black Bulls, and the light of the world in the form of the Golden Dawn.
で結局何が言いたいんですか
で転んでも負けそうになっても諦めなければいいって話だ
なるほど最初からそう言ってくれれば早く
A good end to the episode right there.
あなたは姉子レオン様
I'm unreasonably happy that she's returned to the anime so soon.
いらね
よし殺す
え礼を言いに来た相手殺しちゃダメでしょ
礼を尽くして殺す
目がマジなんですけど
キリ俺またとんでもないとこに連れてかれるんじゃないかと思いついでだ連れていく
God damn, I really do like her a lot, I must admit.
こいつらはロイヤルナイツ選抜試験合格だ
Okay, that made me laugh so hard it's insane. But also now, I'm super hyped that they were the ones who passed the test, and now the arc can properly begin.
水色の元禄団長リル・ボアモルティそしてフラギル・トルメントはい
Real low-key going through the same stuff as Asta, and putting so many people into the Royal Knights that they previously gave extensive backstories to. Just saying, this has the potential to be one of my favourite arcs, depending on how it goes obviously, but its setup has been expansive thus far, and some decent plot twists, music, character growth and interactions, and of course battles could tip this one for me. Let's see how it progresses over the next couple of parts.
なめてはいるようだな
What an entrance! Are you kidding me?
バカ俺も黒の防御だからに決まってんだろほら再会の記念に虹色カメムシどうぞ
I can appreciate this a lot more now rather than the first time that he did it when you understand that his father loved to play childish practical jokes all of the time. none of this handsome business, but the robe is pretty gosh darn diddly cool looking, and thus is the proud owner of its very own standalone win.
自らを真の姿へと生まれ変わらせ、強大な力を手に入れるために魔石を集めていることも判明した。
This full debriefing on the Eye of the Midnight Sun crew, including the little tidbit of knowledge that they were attempting to gather the stones in order to be reborn into their true forms to gain even more power. I'm sensing some seriously tasty lore in the next coming episodes.
どうリヒト、数ヶ月後に父親になる気分は。
マナも祝福してくれているのを感じる。
Not sure if they dropped that on us before or not, but I'll give it a win regardless. Really sad to see that on top of everything, she was also pregnant with his child. I think that out of all of the mysteries in this anime so far, finding out what happened to them, by whom, and exactly why is what I'm most looking forward to finding out.
フエゴレオン団長の仇は俺が必ず取る。フエゴレオン団長は俺の魔法帝になる夢を笑わなかった。ライバルとさえ言ってくれた。
This well-deserving shout-out for Captain Fugolion, the first character to properly acknowledge Asta and use his words and actions to drive him towards his present self. Fugolion? Fugolion?
何せ我が金色の夜明け団はロイヤルナイツ選抜試験において
I like her outright concern for your boy Asta, and they really just went and fully animated him jumping to his feet like a bunch of bosses.
うわー、いいのかサンキュー。
しょうがないわね。
Another plot twister da!
そのようなつまらん魔法で欺けるとでも思ったか。
Man, oh man, she is good! I thought this would be their ace up the sleeve, but no, she is able to expertly detect it just like that.
いよいよ明日、すべての決着をつける。
俺たちが白夜の魔眼を倒せ！
I'm now brimming with excitement for this, even more so with the battle day having been moved up, but I gotta say, I'm super hyped as to the high volume of episodes in this arc. I mean, it clearly won't be easily done in terms of taking care of the enemy. Luck's awesome entrance and a true start to what will no doubt be an awesome bunch of episodes filled with battles. Let's go! The best thing about this ending is that it's their way of telling us that this legit is what actually happened before he turned up.
私はピンダルのお見舞いに行ってくるわ。いつまで寝てるのかしら。
俺特訓だ。もっと強くなってみせるぜ。
待っているのら。食べられるために育った美味しいものたちよ。
Showing us that even while Asta and the others are away, that life continues on in the outside world with the backballs getting up to various other activities. It's a nice touch as some anime seem to almost freeze every other character not on screen, like they cease to exist anymore. They also did this nicely when Asta and the others fought in the Witcher's Forest, showing how the others had gotten stronger while looking for a cure for Asta.
任務が来たら教えてくれ。
It's so funny that he just wants to be left alone and do his own thing, and yet these two are clinging to him so much for different reasons.
俺が言うのもなんだけど、他の奴らと仲良くしてんなら親しみやすくなる努力しろよ。まずは顔から。顔。
I love Gordon. He's so misunderstood it hurts though, as I've been that guy in the past.
ここがアスタのアジトか。けど今日はアスタはいないんだよね。
Probably genuinely the greatest emergency plot twist in all of Black Clover so far. In fact, that was so unexpected by me that I'm giving it 2 wins because A, who would have thought they'd attack their base at the same damn time, and B, it came smack bam in the middle of what was a very, so far, light-hearted and funny episode.
ゴーシュだっけ？僕は君に興味ないんだけど、君だけは殺さないように言われてるから。君
を傷つけるわけにはいかなかった。
は、何言ってやがる。
Oh yeah! I totally forgot about that moment. What the heck? I'm guessing he's another of his clan maybe? That licked his hoping to resurrect or something? But my word, how cool is that potential plot twist?
僕たちのアジトに近づくな。毒呪詛魔法。アウフパヘンダクス。
Take a win here for finally, after 89 long episodes, getting to see Gordon's magic ability, and it's in German. It means waking badgers, I think, or waking up badgers. My German is a little rusty on that. At long last, someone is able to take on this horrible but still attractive lady's insanely powerful magic. Seeing a little of Gordon and the Shy Girl's backgrounds and how Yami really did bring his vision of the perfect clan to life by inviting people who made him laugh, people who he knew were oddballs and could find a place where they belong. Oh, how does that not get a win? Hey, it's that guy I chose for the thumbnail and plot twist, and also who is he and what's he done? Oh, that's so cool. So he's the one constantly shifting about the HQ. That's like his magic power. Well, that's insane, considering the size and scale of it. Let's be real, they absolutely had to use CGI for this, and honestly, I'm not hating it at all. Extremely sad that this young lad was pretty much just abandoned and left to die. Man, some of the backstories really do tug at my old heartstrings, I gotta say. Really well thought out stuff. I swear Asta is just the biggest sweetheart, coming into his room to chat with him and clean up for him and that. Man, I love that guy. That is absolutely insane and probably one of the strongest magical attacks we've seen to date, with the obvious clever drawback being that he's using up a finite amount of taken mana, but that's nuts. Ooh, you gotta be kidding me! This right here is a good reminder as to just how powerful future magical items might end up being between her necklace and her constant power-ups. Everything is being done on such a grand scale constantly, but the best thing is that none of it reeks of Ex Machina juice, in that they're all known prior abilities. Alright! Whoa, everyone calm down a minute. Something big is about to happen. Let's proceed with caution. Oh no! Is that a nod to him maybe actually being involved after all? Perhaps the plan to get Yami out of the house so they could attack it? Nice little bit of foreshadowing right there regardless though. That music is so weird. At the start it totally reminds me of my days mining in Stardew Valley, and then it just turns into a regular cool sounding, if a little strange song. The visuals are super simplistic at the start, turning into a bit of battle goodness towards the end. Very weird. This little ending letting us know that it wasn't as easy as him picking up the stone and heading out, but instead that Henry did try to stop him and take him out, plus video game style. I'm going to drop one final win here for this set of 15 episodes. It's been yet another fantastic part, and from what all of you are telling me, the next few parts are going to be amazing as well, so I cannot wait. I want to thank you all so much for your support on this series and my other videos. It's meant the world to me getting to see my channels grow so nicely because of you all. As always, if you'd like to directly support me, the link to my Patreon is down below, and there you can pledge in return for loads of rewards as well, so take a look if you're interested. But for now, I'll say thank you again, and I hope to see you in part 7 of everything great about Black Clover, or in whatever else you choose to watch next. Nathan Effenberg, Bird Without a Word, Aidan White, PK Fan, Ali 50, Ryan Anderson, Isael Caldera, Chris Harris, Jonas Stahl, Manolo Saucedo Munoz, Luis Hernandez, Kim Munt, Jason Davies, Yuki Ali, Manuel Morales, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Blitzclow, Aurakeeper, Steelers, Kimi O, Sentimento, Juffa 6263, Master Tank, Kevin Nelter, Brendan Krier, Storm 970, Mr. Waffles 64, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Sean Graves, The Epic Commander, Crimson Shadows, Kyle Farmer, Buzzbomb 3000, Adora Blue,